We're out here at Extreme Couture, and this is like a new man right here. Now, I mean, you've always been good with the media, but you've been laid back in the past. And, you know, we were just talking off camera. I noticed that the last few days after what happened with BJ, you got a little more active. So maybe lesson learned that you need to go out there and promote yourself, huh?
Yeah. You know, I came for – it was a sport where there was a tournament, and every time you win, you go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. There's no talking involved. You just – win. Right. So I didn't really understand that part. You know, I think that's one deal that I learned when I was going up against Nate. You know, is like, hey, I gotta be out there telling them exactly, hey, I want pen. You know, if I win, I want pen. So, you know, I'm trying to get out there and let people know. You know,
I mean, I think it's getting crazy. The 155 division alone, I mean, the depth out there, because the UFC doesn't have everybody. There are good fighters outside the organization. I think they have most of the top fighters in the other divisions, but 155 is getting crazy. And like you said, it seems like everyone in the division is just working, and they all have their strengths. And you know, you go into fights, it's like, what weakness does the person have? You know, in the top 10, really. Exactly.
It's all right. Who screws up first? Yeah. You know, that's basically all it is. You know, I know that pretty much every guy, it's going to be a tough fight. You know, and I got to be prepared.
So what do you think when you saw Edgar won? I mean, I'm sure your eyes lit up. You did beat him. I've been telling people I think it would be a different fight, though. It would be a really good strategic fight this time. I don't even know if you'd want to take it to the ground. You did it last time. I don't know if you could take it to the ground. I don't know what Frankie's like now. So what were you thinking as he got the strap?
You know, it didn't hit me, but I was getting texts and calls and all that stuff. I'm like, wait a second. There might be a case here for me. You know? So I was on the phone. I was like, Joe Silva, let me get Edgar. Yeah. You know? And it's not that I didn't want Penn. It's just I was in training camp for Nate. Yeah. I couldn't look past Nate. You know, I couldn't say nothing about Penn, and so it's like, all right, I'm gonna be quiet. Then, you know, it was a close one. We go to the press, and I love Couture, but he's so calculated and everything. It's like, all right, Gray, we're gonna go home. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna take our steps. We do that with everything. We watch tapes. We get our camp, and everything is calculated. Everything is smart, which it helps all of us because we're
you guys are
good. You know, yeah, exactly. But we want to say, I want this, I want that. Give me whoever, and he's like, no, don't say nothing yet until we talk about it. You know, it's a team thing. So, anyways. We choose to do that, and then the day after, it's like, okay, blah 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 is going up against Penn, and it was just kind of like, oh, okay, well.
You know what? I think they knew. I think they knew beforehand, though.
Yeah,
I think they knew beforehand.
I think they did too. So
can I be honest with you though? And I don't want to hurt your feelings on this, but if they do Penn and Edgar immediately in a rematch. Yeah. A lot of you guys, I think, did it to yourself, and I think you know that maybe the self-promotion stuff didn't start early enough. Yeah. That you needed to beat the drum. Yes. I mean, I think all the fighters are kind of learning that. Like, did Dan Hardy really deserve the 170 shot? Yeah. Probably not, but it made for a good promotion. People bought it. And he fought well, but it's all part of the game. Like you said, different background.
And Penn is a genius at that awesome stuff. He's got his family, he's got his brothers, he's got his mom. Everybody's working towards him. Yep. You know, which is awesome. Yep. You know, but it's you just have to learn, I guess, you know, and maybe I started a little bit late, but I'm starting now, so let's get on board the bully train.
All right, so if you don't get the fight, and you have no idea what's going to happen, if you don't get the fight, so who do you want? Who's the guy? Is it Ken Flo?
Yeah, he's a great name, man. You know, I mean, even if it's Edgar, Penn, Florian, I mean, those are all top notch. You know, can't complain at all. But of course, we're all trying to get that belt, and we're all trying to be at the top, and it's just, you know, that's the goals, you know, and so it's not like I'm not trying to, you know, Florian or Penn, but I mean, if I have a shot at the belt,
of course,
I'm going. I don't care if Penn has it. I don't care if Florian does. Whoever has it, like, that's who I want.
I think the way they look at it is if we got to sell a fight and you're not selling it, then we're not selling the fight. So get out, you know. So maybe a little more work on the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill everybody. No.
Let me ask you one thing about 155 rankings, because now it's thrown up in the air, and I know a lot of people love Shinya Aoki, who's the big star, the phenom in Japan, and immediately it was like, hey, he's going right to number one. And I had a discussion, wasn't very civil, people up online about where he ranks, and it's hard to tell. I don't know. A lot of the guys who've come over from Japan, whether they're Japanese or not, even recently with Strikeforce, haven't done that well.
I don't think so either. And I think Aoki has a lot to prove still. I mean, he's good, jits, but
it's a good fight this weekend. Well, Melendez is a nice fighter. He's got a pretty complete game, and he's another guy. He works, and he's learning a lot.
I'm calling Gilbert. He's gonna win.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm calling Melendez.
What's the best way for you people to get in touch with you? Because you'll be getting the I hope you die threats now.
Twitter at Gray Maynard or I don't know.
I'd stick with one. I don't think you want to get the death threats in more than one spot. All right.